Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this training session on exocad, how to create a simple night guard. This is a great opportunity, and certainly within exocad and with utilizing Zirlux resins, both soft and hard splint material, you can create some very good quality night guards very quickly and easily. And especially with exocad, you'll see how quickly with their AI functionality you can offer that. So it's an incredible opportunity for every laboratory to utilize the Zirlux resins for splint material and be able to create a significant revenue stream that will help individuals and help patients as well as their doctors really be able to protect the dentition, both the restorative as well as the natural. So with that said, you establish the form here, as you see here. Now we've established it for the mandible. You can also do it for the maxillary, depending on what it is that you and the doctor prefer for that patient. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up my design software after indicating exactly what it is that I want the splint to be like. And you'll see that with the functionality of that exocad has to offer now, it makes the process significantly easier and faster. So here you have, this is the first opportunity that we have where we can either skip the tools or segmentation, or you can define by click. But what you'll see is I like to do the auto segmentation. And this does require the exocad cloud backed for automation, but you do have several with the exocad license and module. You have several AI opportunities that that every month you get more and more credits for it. What this does is, and you'll see how easily it makes the process. It segments each individual tooth so that we can identify exactly where the height contours are. So it's easy to be able to establish that. Now, the first thing is the path of insertion, as you see here, which has indicated some undercuts. You can leave it as the default, or you can set it as something that is slightly different, which is what I'm going to do, set insertion direction from view. Let me do that a little bit better. And now what I'm trying to do is mimic more so of what the patient will have as they're wearing. Now you have all these parameters that you can do, the offset, the angle, and so on. So do pay attention to what it is, the blight splint. I do have a smoothing of about, let's just say 18, which is what I typically like, or we can leave it at 17 or 18. Minimum thickness of 0.3 millimeters. I'll also increase that to about 0.5 millimeters. And again, this is a parameter that you want to apply for everything through and through. I'm going to go ahead, press the apply button, and now it's going to identify all these and block out any of the areas that we don't want or don't need. So I'm going to move on to next. And this is, again, a functionality that you can utilize. And what it does is right away from our parameters is create a space. However, you can also include the articulation, the virtual articulation, as well as jaw movement throughout. So depending on what it is that you're trying to do, in our case, we're doing a simple night guard. But however, if you're doing a bite splint, or you're doing a TMJ appliance, or you're doing some kind of remedy or treatment, I would suggest doing the articulator as well. But for our purposes, we don't need to, because we're doing a simple night guard. And you can see with the AI processes within exocad, the night guard is already created for you, proposed for you. So now there's multiple ways of going about this. Certainly you can do that, and you can detect margin and so on. I also like to look from the underneath part just to make sure that I'm able to move any of these handles so that I get the exact design that I'm looking for. However, you want to do apply, and then once you apply it, and you can see how quickly and easily it has now created that. I can bring in the opposing, as you can see here, and certainly use the articulation to create that as well. And what you have here is an anatomical representation of the opposing as well. Now I'm going to show you in a little bit. Once you can go ahead and you can now you can form it. So here you have where now by me pressing shift, I can see exactly where those indentations are. So now if I want to, I can relieve the occlusion as well here by pressing shift and then using the mouse wheel. Certainly we can increase the size, we can increase the strength, as I'll do here now. And you can see it's a very customized process to do so. So I'm creating the the faucets for the opposing to really be able to enter that all the way through. So you can see you can make it even that much more anatomical depending on what it is that you're trying to achieve. You can very well leave it the way it is, which will give a little bit less of a interference for the occlusion, which is very well for a simple night guard is all you need. But for here, for us, we can certainly create a path for a TMJ to really be able to navigate through. Certainly, you can also increase or decrease depending on what it is that you're trying to accomplish, as well as anatomic, where you have small regions or large regions. And certainly you can also pull with. So there's a tremendous amount of functionality throughout this, but I'm satisfied with the way this looks. I certainly have the exact angulation, and certainly we'll go ahead and we'll press on to next. So once we do that, now it's already saved the design. So this is our design, and you can see within 5 minutes time, we can have something that we can produce and we can 3D print overnight, but have these as a incredible revenue generating opportunities for our patients and certainly clinicians. Because what we're finding now more than ever is that 80% of patients that are entering the dental office are leaving with some kind of night guard appliance to protect their natural dentition or the restorative, whichever way it is that we want to do. But in essence, you have the makings of what you see here, which is the night guard, as well as the ability of creating that. So you can see that within 5 minutes time, we're able to create very quickly and very easily a nice night guard that will be preventative as well as protective for any of the night guards options that we have. Hope you enjoyed this training, and I look forward to many more.